We're counting down the top 12 TV brands only smart people avoid, or swear by, ranked from worst to best in 2025. From budget traps that seem too good to be true, to iconic names hiding behind outdated tech, and up to the brands dominating in longevity and picture quality, these rankings reveal which TVs cost you more in headaches, and which ones actually deserve your living room. Curious where your next TV lands on the spectrum? Let's kick things off with number 12. Element TVs lure shoppers with rock-bottom prices, sometimes undercutting bigger brands by more than $100. At first glance, it's an unbeatable deal for anyone hunting the cheapest big screen in the store. But behind the bargain tag, the real cost starts to show up fast. Service records and retailer data point to a median lifespan of just 1.5 to 2.5 years, far below the industry average. Owner reviews swing between 5 stars for price and 1 star for everything else, especially after the first year. Common complaints include menus that age, apps that freeze, and screens that flicker or go black with little warning. Many buyers report warranty claims denied for missing receipts or narrow coverage, leaving them with a dead TV and no help. Fewer than 2 firmware updates ever reach most models, so bugs and glitches stick around for good. For anyone hoping their TV will last, Element's upfront savings often turn into frustration, wasted time, and an early trip back to the store. Westinghouse was once a name that stood for American innovation, a brand that built power plants and radios, not just televisions. Today, that familiar logo is little more than a sticker on boxes stacked in discount aisles. The real story sits behind the scenes. Westinghouse TVs in 2025 are produced almost entirely by Chinese ODMs, with Tsinghua Tongfang holding the license and calling the shots on hardware and software. Most models rely on outdated LCD panels from CSOT or Innolux, paired with entry-level processors that struggle to keep up with modern apps. Firmware updates are rare, and new features almost never arrive after purchase. Retailers slot Westinghouse TVs next to other budget brands, banking on nostalgia to move units off the shelves. But the support network is thin, and buyers quickly discover that warranty claims often lead to dead ends. The result is a TV that's slightly more reliable than the absolute cheapest options, but still a gamble, especially for anyone expecting the quality that the Westinghouse name once promised. Scepter's price tags can make even the most frugal shopper pause. But that sticker shock fades fast once the TV is plugged in. Owner reviews and service records point to a pattern: frequent complaints about motion blur during sports, sluggish menu navigation, and a lag that turns fast-paced games into a guessing contest. It's the classic case of style over substance. Scepter's sleek designs hide the fact that inside you're getting hardware closer to a lawnmower engine than a race car's. Retailers routinely report return rates in the 7 to 9% range, higher than most established brands, but not quite a crisis. The real frustration comes from the everyday experience. Slow response times, washed-out colors, and a picture that struggles to keep up when the action gets intense. For buyers who expect more than just a big screen for a low price, Sceptre often delivers a lesson in the limits of bargain hunting. Cheap up front, but costly in patience. Hisense TVs catch the eye with bold specs and aggressive sales pitches, 4K, Dolby Vision, and smart features that seem to outshine the price tag. But the shine doesn't always last. While many buyers enjoy the first months, a steady stream of complaints builds up over time. Warranty claim logs and retailer service records show a pattern: panel flicker, Wi-Fi dropping out during streaming, and in some cases, sets that refuse to power on after just a couple of years. Aggregated data from major warranty providers puts Hisense's long-term reliability below the industry average, with more claims for screen and network problems than most competitors in the same price range. Some owners report flawless performance, but others find themselves dealing with repeated glitches and the hassle of repairs. The appeal of flashy features at a bargain price can fade quickly when the TV starts acting up, leaving buyers to wonder if saving up front was really worth the risk. Vizio spent years as the go-to brand for shoppers who wanted affordable 4K and decent smart features without breaking the bank. By 2025, though, the shine has worn off. Owners and expert reviewers alike point to a growing list of headaches: persistent software bugs, sluggish menus, and smart TV updates that arrive late, if at all. Frustration builds when streaming apps freeze or the interface locks up, leaving users to reboot just to watch a show. Reliability scores have slipped, and Vizio's absence from several major best-of lists this year hasn't gone unnoticed. While some buyers still praise the picture quality for the price, negative reviews are piling up around issues that can't be ignored, especially HDMI ports that suddenly stop working, forcing workarounds or repairs. The story isn't all bad. Higher-end models and careful buyers can still find value, but the days of recommending Vizio without a second thought are over. For anyone who expects long-term support and a smooth, smart TV experience, caution is now the rule. TCL's reputation in 2025 comes down to one thing: which model you buy. Their top-tier QM8 series and above have earned praise from lab testers for delivering picture quality and reliability that rival brands twice the price. Artings. Test data puts the QM8's brightness, color accuracy, and motion handling at the front of the mid-range pack, with backlight failures reported in fewer than 5% of units over 3 years. But the story changes fast when you drop to the entry-level 4 and 5 series. Here, cost-cutting shows up in the form of uneven backlighting, motion blur during sports, and a higher rate of panel problems, especially in larger screen sizes. Retailer service logs and owner reviews point to a cluster of complaints about dark corners, flickering, and backlights that fail before the warranty runs out. TCL's integration of Roku and Google TV makes streaming easy, and the interface is often smoother than what you'll find on most budget brands. Still, the difference between a $300 TCL and their premium lines is night and day. For shoppers, the rule is simple. Only consider the QM8 or higher if you want the real TCL experience. Anything less and you're gambling on quality control. TCL offers some of the best value in TVs today, but only if you buy smart and stick to their top shelf. Philips TVs stand out on the sales floor with their signature Ambilight feature. LED lights that spill colored light onto the wall, matching what's on screen and turning movie night into a light show. But behind the glow, the Philips name hides a split personality. In Europe, many Philips TVs are designed and built by TPV technology, often using higher-grade panels and stricter quality checks. In the US, though, most Philips branded sets come from Funai factories, sometimes in China, sometimes in Mexico, and the difference shows up in everything from picture quality to reliability. Warranty claims and repair records point to a 5.4% retail return rate for Philips TVs in the US, putting them right in the middle of the pack. Better than the bargain brands, but not up to the standards of premium players. The Ambilight system works as advertised, but the rest of the TV can be a toss-up. Some models deliver crisp images and smooth menus, while others lag behind with slow processors or uneven backlighting. For buyers, the key is in the fine print. The same model number can mean different parts and performance, depending on where you buy it. Anyone considering a Philips should check the origin and build before pulling the trigger, because with this brand, design is guaranteed, but long-term peace of mind isn't. Panasonic stands apart as the brand for anyone who wants their TV to outlast the trends. While others chase the lowest price or the flashiest feature, Panasonic has built its reputation on old-school durability and best-in-class panel technology. Their OLED and LCD screens are known for deep, inky blacks and lifelike color. Lab tests consistently show Panasonic panels holding up with minimal image degradation even after thousands of hours of use. Reliability data from warranty providers puts Panasonic's 5-year failure rate at just 1.5%, making it one of the strongest performers in the mid and upper tier markets. Owners often describe their sets as workhorses, with some models still running strong after 7 years or more. But this kind of staying power comes with two important trade-offs: higher prices and limited availability. Most Panasonic models are hard to find in US stores, with only select authorized dealers carrying the latest releases. Even so, for buyers willing to spend more up front, the payoff is a TV that delivers consistently strong performance year after year. Panasonic's approach is less about chasing trends and more about building something that lasts, like buying a vintage Lexus instead of a bargain bin compact. For anyone who values reliability above all else, this is the first brand on the list that truly rewards patience and investment. Sharp's journey back into the TV spotlight is one of the more surprising stories in the electronics aisle. After years of fading from US shelves, the brand's 2025 lineup is finally winning back attention, not with flashy gimmicks, but with reliable hardware and solid build quality. Retail reliability surveys put Sharp's 5-year failure rate at around 12%, which lands them ahead of most budget and mid-tier competitors. Owners praise the panels for holding up over time, with far fewer complaints about dead pixels or sudden screen failures than you'll find with brands lower on this list. But Sharp's comeback isn't without its quirks. The biggest sticking point is the operating system. It's slow to boot, menus can be sluggish, and app updates often lag behind what's available on Google TV or Roku-powered rivals. The app ecosystem feels dated, with some streaming services missing or running on older versions. For anyone used to lightning-fast smart TVs, the wait times can be noticeable. Even so, the core experience, watching movies, sports, or live TV, remains strong, and repairs are less frequent than with many similarly priced brands. Sharp's balance of hardware dependability and mid-range pricing makes it a dependable choice for buyers who can live with a few software trade-offs. In a market crowded with lookalikes, Sharp's steady performance gives it a clear edge over brands that offer less for the same money. Sony's reputation in the TV world stands on a foundation of near-obsessive attention to detail. Across showrooms and living rooms alike, their screens have become the reference point for anyone chasing true-to-life color and razor-sharp motion. Independent testing from RT, INGS, and HDTV test routinely places Sony at the top for color accuracy and motion handling, outperforming rivals in the most demanding picture quality metrics. This isn't just about numbers. Filmmakers and videophiles gravitate to Sony sets for their ability to reproduce subtle shades. Skin tones look natural, shadows stay rich, and fast-moving scenes never dissolve into a blur. Brand trust surveys for 2025 put Sony at the very top, outpacing every competitor in perceived reliability and customer satisfaction. It's a reputation earned not just through marketing, but through consistently low defect rates, around 11% over 5 years, according to aggregated warranty provider data. That figure is slightly higher than Samsung, but still among the best in the industry, especially when balanced against the performance on offer. Sony's commitment extends to software support as well. Updates arrive regularly, keeping even older models current with new apps and security fixes. The catch? All this excellence comes at a premium. Sony's flagship models often cost hundreds more than similarly sized competitors, and even their entry-level sets rarely dip into true bargain territory. For those who won't compromise on picture quality, though, the investment pays off every time the lights dim and the movie starts. In 2025, Sony remains the gold standard for perfectionists. Pricey, yes, but unmatched where it counts most. LG's name has become almost inseparable from OLED technology. Step into any electronics store in 2025, and the odds are high that the best-looking screen in the room is built on an LG panel. Even if another brand's logo sits on the frame, that's because LG doesn't just make its own TVs. It supplies the vast majority of OLED panels for the entire industry, including some of its fiercest competitors. This behind-the-scenes dominance is the foundation for LG's reputation as the innovator and the king of OLED. The company's engineers have spent years tackling the one flaw that haunted early OLEDs: burn-in. In the past, static images could leave a permanent ghost on the screen, especially for heavy gamers or news junkies. But by 2025, independent lab tests and long-term user reports confirm LG's latest panels have nearly eliminated the problem. New models use pixel shifting, advanced compensation algorithms, and improved organic materials to keep images crisp and free of artifacts, even after thousands of hours. For anyone worried about longevity, that's a game changer. LG's WebOS platform adds another layer of appeal. It's fast, intuitive, and regularly updated, with a growing ecosystem of smart home integrations. Universal search, voice control, and support for every major streaming app come standard. Firmware updates arrive several times a year, keeping even older models feeling fresh longer than most rivals. Picture quality is where LG still pulls ahead. Deep blacks, vivid color, and precise motion handling make movies and sports look spectacular. The company's OLED EVO panels, featured in its C4 and G4 series, are consistently ranked at the top of expert reviews for brightness, accuracy, and viewing angles. These sets aren't cheap, and service costs can run higher than with some competitors, but the payoff is a display that's both beautiful and built to last. For anyone chasing the cutting edge of TV tech, LG remains the brand to beat, especially if OLED is on your wish list. Samsung's position at the top of this list isn't just about name recognition, it's about consistency at every level. Across 2025, warranty and retailer data confirms Samsung TVs have the lowest defect rate in the business, with only about 9% of units experiencing any significant issues within 5 years. That figure holds whether you're looking at a $500 Crystal UHD model or a $3,000 Neo QLED flagship. This kind of reliability comes from a combination of vertical integration. Samsung makes its own panels, processors, and even much of the firmware, and a relentless schedule of software updates. Owners can expect regular firmware releases for at least 4 years, bringing new features and security patches long after the initial purchase. Samsung's QLED and Neo QLED lines continue to set the standard for brightness, color volume, and motion clarity. Independent lab tests from RTI, NGS, and HDTV test put Samsung's high-end panels at the top for HDR performance with minimal blooming and strong off-angle viewing. Even entry-level models benefit from the same quality control and update cadence, making it hard to buy a truly bad Samsung TV. Return rates at major retailers like Best Buy and Amazon hover below 2%, and extended warranty providers report that most repairs are handled quickly, often with parts shipped directly from Samsung's US depots. The company's Smart Hub interface is fast, well-supported, and loaded with every major app, while gaming features like low input lag and HDMI 2.1 support are standard across most of the lineup. For buyers who want a TV that simply works, year after year, without the drama, Samsung is the clear, all-around winner. Their commitment to quality, updates, and long-term support earns them the crown as the best TV brand to buy in 2025. From bargain bin nightmares like Element and Westinghouse to the industry leaders Samsung and LG, our countdown has exposed the real spectrum of TV brands in 2025. The pattern is clear. The cheapest brands often deliver the shortest lifespans, highest return rates, and the most frustrating user experiences, reminding us that the true cost of a TV goes far beyond the sticker price. Mid-tier brands like TCL and Philips offer a mixed bag, where success depends on choosing the right model or region. At the top, Sony, LG, and especially Samsung stand out for their low defect rates, consistent updates, and cutting-edge picture quality. Across all 12 entries, reliability, software support, and long-term performance separated the brands smart shoppers should avoid from those truly worth buying. If there's one takeaway, it's this. In the world of TVs, being a savvy buyer means looking past the hype and focusing on proven quality. The smartest choice is not always the cheapest. It's the brand built to last.